Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different. Me being the most antisocial Dragon Ball YouTuber in existence, I'm actually doing a collab. So with me today, I have Gabby, Mozilla Vulpix.
Hi, what a surprise.
Someone I've collabed with.
I was going to say, what a surprise I'm on your channel.
Right, yeah, no, I mean, we only have a podcast together, which totally still exists, and we didn't cancel it, we swear. And also...
It's all my fault.
Yeah, also, we have another guest with us, Lucia.
Hey guys, Lucille Lopez-Villa here. You might know me from my channel, Any Analysis, or from all the Dragon Ball ship posting I do on Twitter.
Yes, also your project, Dragon Ball Star Over.
Oh yeah, I am working on that.
Yeah,
and,
let's say that.
R&R that I'm working on with Masako.
Yeah, see, there you go. It's like you got projects.
Shameless plugs! Woo!
Yeah.
We got the shameless plugs part out of the way.
Yeah, but say like
Stealth Dragon Ball person. You never see me coming, but there I am.
That's like you got projects. You got to plug them while you can.
Yeah, exactly. Before everyone, goes out of the video because they don't like what we're saying.
Right? Yeah. No. We need to get that out of the way
right.
first, and then we can piss everybody off in T minus now. So. This whole video is kind of got kickstarted off by me having an angry tweet whenever I saw that Vegeta was officially been voted #1 best DBZ character ever by the people who matter most, you, and it was a Manga Entertainment poll that they did. So yeah, that poll happened, and I made a tweet just really railing on Vegeta, just specifically the people who kind of pedestalize Vegeta, because there are two ways to appreciate Vegeta. Appreciate Vegeta as a character and pedestalizing him as the coolest guy ever and the thing that men should aspire to be. And that's kind of what my tweet was, just kind of lambasting, and this kind of spiraled out into a lot of bullshit, and the three of us kind of have a very similar take on this whole thing, and we're just gonna take some shots at some people.
I mean, we're not, but we are.
We totally are.
I am going to take shots at all the people.
There you go. So yeah, my big issue with kind of Vegeta fans, like I said, there's two ways to appreciate Vegeta. It's just, you kind of just look at him and go, that's an interesting character with an interesting arc. I like him. He's kind of a cool dude. And there are plenty of people who view Vegeta like this. But then there are people who look at Vegeta as a genuine role model. Vegeta is, a legitimately, he is someone to pedestalize and to try to be like. And
aspire to.
Yeah, aspire to be. People who will... I see this all the time. I really see myself in a person like Vegeta. I even got people responding like that. Well, I can totally see myself in a guy, a bad guy who became a family man and stuff. It's just that's...
It's sort of like you're telling me too much about you.
Yeah. And, because, the points very specifically that I made in this tweet was, that, no one over the age of 16 should pedestalize him because, he's petty, childish, short-tempered, self-aggrandizing, and he never fucking grows out of this. These are still parts of his character. Yeah, he's not, a violent murder machine, and, he actually is a family man, but at the same time, he's incredibly thin-skinned, he's, like I said, he's childish, short-tempered, he acts like he's, the greatest guy ever, and he just can't stand to lose. He's, he is... Okay, I'm just gonna say, he is, the model of toxic masculinity.
I was literally thinking those words.
I'm dropping that bomb.
We're going that direction.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna fucking say it.
No,
he
but
is
it's a
the
good
model
point
of
you
it.
bring up.
Because,
it is a good point.
Yeah, because, he's very emotionally walled off, even though, he clearly cares. He tries to pretend like he does. He tries not to show his emotions. He tries to be the tough guy. He forces that stuff out of him. And it's he can't just, be a cool guy. He can't just be like Shoba Goku. He can't just, let a lot of his bullshit go.
Because I know someone in the comments is going to say it. We are not saying masculinity is inherently bad. We are talking about toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know what I just stumbled into.
It's okay. The difference is very easy. I think it was it Eric Vale who said, like, the difference between pants and exploding pants? See? Pants good, exploding pants bad. Same thing. Masculinity, A-okay. Toxic masculinity, not so good. Yeah. Anyway.
That's
just to clarify.
That is pretty great. I never saw that quote from Eric Vale. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think he tweeted it. But to expand on what you're saying, exactly on what you're saying, I think that Vegeta's a character that a lot of people can relate to in that he has a lot of struggles, right? A lot of us have sometimes done things that we weren't proud of or had difficult life situations that were out of our control, and a lot of us try to be better people and improve. And if that's the way you're relating to Vegeta, I can see that, right? I mean, even I sometimes, when I'm facing something really hard, to tell myself to stop whining about it and just, like, you know, put up my grown-up pants and just do it, I sometimes tell myself things like, hey, if Vegeta could survive Frieza's army, I can survive this, right? Like, just to get through it. But like Xion is saying, the way some people idolize Vegeta isn't, you know, hey, I idolize the fact that he's working to be better, but rather like, yeah, he's so cool and like tough and like I can see myself like that, you know, like, yeah, he has a family, but he's like a hard G kind of thing. And you're like,
yeah,
it's embarrassing.
If you want like to picture the type of people we're talking about in this, because like I said, it's not all Vegeta fans. In fact, it's probably maybe like
hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag not all Vegeta fans.
Not all Vegeta fans.
But yeah, if you want to get like a mental image of this guy, like of the people we're talking about, like I want you to think about those really shitty fan-made Vegeta t-shirts.
The edgy Vegeta t-shirts.
Yes, the shitty edgy Vegeta t-shirts.
I was telling you guys about my favorite one right before we started, and it's the one that says something like, oh, did I offend you? What does it feel like to be so weak that mere words hurt you? And I always find this shirt so hilarious because Vegeta is the most easily offended member of the entire cast. Like, also, he not only is he toxic masculinity, he is like fragile masculinity incarnate. Like,
honestly, I feel like those two really go hand in hand.
They really do. And, like, it's so funny to see someone be like, yeah, I'm such a badass like Vegeta. I don't care if I offend you. And you're like, dude, Vegeta gets mad if, like, he thinks something and, like, he doesn't like what he thought, you know?
Actually, if you're talking about the t-shirts thing, I think one thing I find really kind of fascinating about that in a sort of terrible way is that, so, I mean, back before Super and stuff, I feel like the biggest part of those whole Vegeta shirts, and I think it's still a big part, it's always like Majin Vegeta. Like, you know, out of every Vegeta, it's always Majin Vegeta. And it's because Majin Vegeta is Vegeta where he's basically evil again. But it's like, it's so weird because it's like, you know, when these people kind of like, they pedestalize Majin Vegeta over like the other Vegetas. And it's like, that's Vegeta when he's basically having a midlife crisis and basically says, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to go and kill everyone because I can't deal with the fact that like my life has changed. And it's just like, so he's like basically having a giant temper tantrum right now, and you guys are saying that having a temper tantrum is like good. And it's not even like the just like this is like some kind of subtext about feminist theory looking into Dragon Ball. Like, you know, Vegeta having a temper tantrum and throwing this temper tantrum is really, really bad because, you know, then he fights Goku and then their energies cause Majin Buu to be released. And if Vegeta hadn't had a temper tantrum, then Majin Buu wouldn't have been released and everything would have been fine. So it was clearly a bad thing.
Plus, it's also just embarrassing that a grown-ass man had that kind of temper tantrum. I don't know why. Okay, I do know why they're idolizing that, because they wish that they could get away with throwing a grown-ass temper tantrum. That's what it is. It's childish.
It's so weird, too, because, like, the whole point of that is that Vegeta was wrong, and he had to acknowledge that. Like,
dude, he died for it. Like, he didn't just acknowledge it. He was like, man, I fucked up so bad, I gotta die right now. Like, that's the only way to fix this. Freaking seppuku over here.
It's like, at least, although, like, at the same time, you know, a lot of people say, you know, who like Vegeta fans say, like, you know, their favorite part is the part where he acknowledges his fuck up and sacrifices his life. And, you know, everyone says, you know, like, that's one of the best Vegeta moments, you know, when he actually, like, you know, holds Trunks for the first time and then decides that, yeah, he's gonna blow himself up. So, like, it's just so confusing. I don't know, like, I mean, no, like, legit, like, no offense, but I don't understand Vegeta fans. Like, I just don't get it. Like, that kind of internal logic in your head that makes you relate to the character, I just can't do it. Like, I just... maybe it's just because, like, me personally, like, I'm just so different personality-wise to Vegeta that I just can't relate. But it's like, I can't imagine, like, if somebody was, like, if I found out that somebody was better than me, getting kind of really petty and jealous over it. If, like, me personally, I would kind of be like, I'd appreciate that. And I'd be like, that's great. That means I have something to learn. Like, it's like, I'm just so not like Vegeta that the fact that a lot of people say that they are like Vegeta, it's like that moment where you just suddenly realize people are different to you, and it's kind of like you just can't comprehend it.
What I'm hearing is that you're a Goku, is what I'm hearing.
I'm a Gohan. That's very like it's simple. I'm a Gohan. That is
very true.
Not even a question.
I am a Vegeta fan. Not to top 10 anime betrayals over here and be like, hey, a Vegeta fan like stealth made their way into this video, but I actually am a big Vegeta fan, but I'm not a fan of Vegeta fans, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then it's the same thing. Like, I'm a Gohan fan, and I'm not a fan of lots of Gohan fans.
Oh God,
because, like,
yeah,
Gohan. Like, there are Gohan fans who like very specifically different versions of Gohan to the versions of Gohan I like. It's like, God, this fandom. It's so interesting to just like talk about this kind of stuff. Like, not even just the stupid like, oh, I'm gonna bash the people that I don't like. But it's just like, obviously people see different things and get different things out of this series, and sometimes I just don't understand it, but it's like I feel like trying to understand it might reveal more about, human nature.
I think just like any piece of media, different people are going to get different things out of it. That's always going to happen regardless of the author's intent. But it does show that people can completely misinterpret the entire point of a character or get something out of left field simply because they're looking for simplicity. Complexity, nuance, uncertainty, these are things a lot of people, the majority of people even, are not comfortable with. And oftentimes we go to media for escapism. We want to see black and white, easy to understand. And a character like Vegeta is inherently complex. You don't get a guy who went from genociding planets to, changing diapers and not have that be complicated. There's like no way for that to happen,
Oh man, that just reminded me of just how much, like, cause you could tell like the really shitty toxic Vegeta fans by how much they hate like how like Super portrays Vegeta and making him less cool.
Oh God.
Like, they put a pacifier in his mouth. Fuck them, man. That's not my Vegeta.
He's wearing pink.
Right?
He's wearing pink. Like, every opportunity they let him wear pink, and it's like, I mean, I just don't once again, it's like one of those, like, I don't understand, and I don't know if there's like an overlap, because it's like, there are like people who like loved Pacifier Vegeta, and then they like hated Vegeta in the Tournament of Power because... And, there are some people who loved Vegeta in the Tournament of Power because he got to get a power-up and beat Toppo, and it was cool. And then there are people who hate Vegeta in the Tournament of Power because he didn't beat Jiren. And then there are people who hate Vegeta in the Tournament of Power because they didn't like his power-up moments. Like, nothing is really this black and white, even in terms of, like, how people actually see this character.
Yeah. I think that when it comes to... And, it's more nuanced than just one or the other, but I think a lot of the misinterpreting Vegeta fans fall into one of two camps, for the most part. And one is the camp of Vegeta's a perfect little whoopee and he did nothing wrong and he just needs hugs and cuddles until he feels better.
Hashtag.
Give him belly rubs and everything will be okay, right? And he is my husbando.
Hashtag Vegeta did nothing wrong.
Yeah, and then the other camp is that other side we're talking about, Vegeta's a badass and he's the guy I want to be and he doesn't take shit from no one and he should go back to like destroying shit. Like, that's the other camp. And they're like complete opposites and they're both so far removed from real Vegeta. Like, they're not even close.
I'm gonna explain those two camps to you. The Vegeta's a whoopee camp, those are the women who want to sex Vegeta.
Hey, there's plenty of gay men in that camp.
Okay, fine. People who want to sex Vegeta are like, like, oh, that's the bad boy I'm gonna tame. That's that camp. The other, oh, what a OG fucking badass, man. He like just fucks people up. He's so awesome. that's those guys. Like that is the men who just want to be awesome and badass like Vegeta and just not take shit from anybody,
Male
even though
power
Vegeta
fantasy.
is constantly taking shit from people, and they hate, because that's the thing, like I feel like these people like imprint themselves on Vegeta, so when Vegeta isn't being peak cool or peak badass, they can't fucking deal with it. It's just like, no, that ain't my Vegeta's an OG motherfucker. Ugh.
You know, I mean, like that's the same with Gohan as well. Like, I don't want to keep bringing Gohan to the conversation, but I feel like he is like the other character where he has a big fan base, and then all of the fan base has radically different opinions of so why they like the character. But you know, in that case, it's like the issue comes when it's not like, you know, you just appreciate the character, but you start projecting yourself onto the character because you're like, oh my god, look at all these personality traits that are like my personality traits. This is literally me in Dragon Ball Z. And then suddenly when they see literally me getting embarrassed, you're like, what the hell? I don't want to be embarrassed. I'm a cool person. Aren't I a cool person?
Yeah, no, I think that is a level of it. It's a power fantasy for some people, and seeing their power fantasy that they're projecting themselves into for their escapism be embarrassed or emasculated in any way. Look, it's too late. I can't talk anymore. In any way, makes them feel like it's an affront to themselves, to their own egos, and they get upset and they don't like it because Vegeta should be a badass. I mean, it's the same way some people portray Vegeta as being like a player, even though
what? Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, it is a thing. And like, he's a sex god or whatever, but everything we see in canon seems to be that Vegeta is like awkward as hell, and Bulma's probably the one that had to teach him everything he knows, which I guess she has a type because she must have done that with
I can
Yamcha,
imagine.
too.
I can totally imagine that.
Yeah. For all intents and purposes, Vegeta didn't seem to know anything about how to do any of that before Bulma. So I don't know where.
I mean, I have to admit, I do like the DBZA headcanon that like Trunks got conceived because Vegeta didn't know what a condom was.
To be fair to Vegeta, I mean, it does seem like a primitive method, a barrier method. I could see why you'd be like, "What are you talking about?" I like the one I like, which I read once. Somebody wrote like Bulma hands him a condom and goes to the bathroom and expects him to put it on, but Vegeta doesn't know what a condom is. He's an alien, he's never seen one, and he assumes it's like the birth control pill, and so he like swallows it. So when she asks him if he used the condom, he's like, yeah, I did, duh.
That is amazing. But yeah, I've never heard about the people's interpretation of him just being like a player and a ladies' man. That just feels so far removed. That's the thing, like people who hate to see Vegeta just get owned. It's like, that's been Vegeta since day one. Like the Saiyan arc, he gets his ass beat. Like
but you don't understand, Zion. It's a terrible mistake that needs to be rectified. The series, because Vegeta is still a jobber, the series has a giant hole in it because Vegeta's still a jobber and he needs to stop being a jobber.
Vegeta was born to suffer, guys. Like, everything about Vegeta is suffering. Poor guy.
The only time I've ever agreed with the Vegeta fandom to any extent was when I went, yeah, no, it would have made sense if Vegeta killed Frieza just in Resurrection F, just for, you know, that kind of character catharsis.
Can I talk about that?
Go right ahead.
Can I talk about that? Okay, so this was the thing. Like, this is literally the Resurrection F thing. This was literally the thing that made me start thinking about Vegeta's fan base in a really strange way, because it's like, the idea that once again, it's just one of those things I just don't get, because, like, okay, I understand on the surface level, it's like people wanted Vegeta to be the one to get the final kill because it's like, oh, you know, he's got a personal connection to Frieza and Goku essentially has done it already. So, you know, like, you know, why would you bring Frieza back if you weren't going to do something different and be like, this time Vegeta gets a chance to finish it off? But it's like, at the same time, sometimes people got really sort of like deep into this, and it was sort of like, yeah, he needs to like humiliate him and kill him and murder this guy, and I'm just like, I mean, like, okay, I understand, like, yeah, Frieza is a complete asshole, but like, why are you getting so like excited to see a guy get tortured and murdered, like, by another guy to like satisfy that guy's ego? Like, why are you thinking like that's like going to be a really great part of the story?
You want to know what's worse than Vegeta fanboys wanting to see Frieza get brutalized and completely eviscerated by Vegeta? people who wanted that Vegeta do that same thing to Goku Black.
Oh god, that was even worse. Oh, okay.
That was the worst.
Yeah, that was fucked up because it was like, once again, it's people assuming that Vegeta has this big grudge match, like this big rivalry grudge thing, like this long-standing hatred for Goku, and he has to take it out by enacting violence against the guy that looks like him. And I'm just like, whoa. I mean, just ignoring the fact I'm pretty sure Vegeta has learned to appreciate Goku and doesn't hate him. Like, why does it feel like you have to, like, you just got to enact violence against this guy to make you feel better?
This guy who just looks like the guy.
Oh, totally. It goes completely against the point of his character arc. It makes no sense. I don't know why
But Lucia, it would be so badass if Vegeta fucking got that kill, wouldn't it, dude?
So
it would have been fucking dope.
Also, like, I don't know why these people are ignoring the fact that Vegeta and Goku are friends now. Like, they realize that, right?
No, that can't stand the eternal rivalry. They must always hate each other, even though Goku doesn't actually really care either way or the other.
And everything that we saw in the Buu Saga, Vegeta being like, you know what, this is one of my frustrations with Super. In the Buu Saga, Vegeta was like, it's fine, I'm over it, whatever. And then we go into Super, and he's like, all right, we're friends, but, like, I'm not over it, you know? And you're like, really? Come on.
Yeah, Vegeta, fucking
Just
get over
it.
yourself. And Toei, and Shueisha, and Toriyama, let Vegeta fucking get over it,
we don't
okay?
need it.
How many years has he been fixating on this one stupid mental obsession that realistically any real person would have got over years ago? I don't care how traumatized you say he is. I don't care how much crazy backstory you give him. Let him get over it. Let him be a better goddamn person.
No, I agree. It makes no sense.
But Gabby, if he were a better person, then all of these dude bros wouldn't be able to see themselves in Vegeta because they're shitbags.
Well, I guess they'll just have to die.
That was morbid.
Hey, so are they. So, anyway, no, I think that it's so frustrating because I agree, and I freaking hate this about Super. I can understand why Vegeta wouldn't forgive Frieza for what Frieza did to him, and why even if he's gotten past it and has his own life, why seeing Frieza again would still be upsetting, sort of like anyone confronted with someone who's like abused you, even if you're past it, to suddenly see them again sucks, right? But like Goku never did anything to him. His issue with Goku was Vegeta's own issue. And Vegeta, it was Vegeta's problem.
Yeah, Goku, literally, literally, Goku did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
all
not in this instance.
Vegeta was trying to murder his friends, and Goku stepped in to stop him and didn't even kill him.
Yeah.
Like, literally, how could you still be upset at him for that?
No, he shouldn't be, because, again, it's Vegeta's problem. Goku didn't do it. Vegeta should be past that at this point. Could he have, like, a friendly rivalry with his friend? Yeah, but people that want him to still be like, oh, God, I hate Goku so much, damn that Kakarot.
He's such an idiot, and he's such a bad family man. I'm so much better than him, so you know what I want to do? Instead of, like, actually kind of appreciating why he's like that and how it lets him do the things he does, I'm gonna kill him. That's the only option.
I hate him. He's so stupid with those beautiful sparkling eyes and spiky hair, and I just want to kiss his... What? Where am I right now?
and thus a million fanfics were born.
That's what the dude bros are actually afraid of. That's why they don't...
Oh, yeah, also...
Oh, no.
Also,
they're like,
shout out to all...
friendly with Goku.
Shout out to all the Goku Vegeta shippers out there. You know who you are.
Oh, man. Okay, so Vegeta's character, we talk about those Vegeta fanboys, because I've had so many people, because I've bitched about they regress Vegeta's character, and it's just like, well, Vegeta's character would suck if he didn't have that part to him, like, that's a big part of his character. It's just like, it's like, he needs to get over that. Like, that, like, the whole part of his character arc was just like, and then he got over it, and he grew the fuck up. It's like, people don't want Vegeta to grow up and be a fucking adult because they don't want to fucking grow up and be fucking adults. Man, I'm being really mean to these fuckers, and I don't even care anymore. Like, seriously, I've seen so many shitty Vegeta fans.
Yeah, but it's true.
What if we even? Yeah, this is just evolved into I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
It's just evolved into stop being shitty, guys. We just want to enjoy our dumb.
I'm gonna say this as a bit of a closing statement. Just there's nothing wrong with being a Vegeta fan.
Just being shitty.
There are a lot of things to.
So just go away.
Right? Well, no, because I mean, we kind of opened with that point that like there are good Vegeta fans and bad Vegeta fans, but it's
I'm a Vegeta fan.
When you want Vegeta to be this murderous, sadistic piece of shit, and you want him to be this alpha badass and not a beta cuck like Goku, and you just you really need to reevaluate yourself and like what you see, like especially if you see yourself in Vegeta and that's what you want Vegeta to be, like you really need to kind of reevaluate yourself because like I said, like those kind of Vegeta fans who really see themselves in Vegeta, I find legitimately troubling.
Yeah.
Like, these are people who are stunted like adults who just don't want to grow up, who want to be petty and who want to be like dude bro serious and like oh, you said what about me, let's punch it out. Like, no, like that is not a healthy mentality for any fucking human being. Like looking at Vegeta as like a fictional character and going, I like that character. Like I like Rorschach from Watchmen. He's one of my favorite characters like in fiction. He's a terrible human being and I don't want to be anything like him.
Or like Rick from Rick and Morty, or like just anything. Like there's it's just like almost a thing. And okay. Also, so like a counterpoint to people who are going to be like, you're just like overgeneralizing and you're looking too deep into it. And that's not, and it's not fair to paint us all as dude bros and stuff. So a tweet that I ended up saying was, so if you say that you relate to a character, and then you bring up the moments when the character brutalizes people physically and mentally as their most memorable moments, can you get why that may make you sound like you want to be like that in your life?
Yeah, why are you picking Vegeta's most violent and terrible moments? Ironically, the moments that Vegeta himself is probably ashamed of at this point as the parts that you're holding up, I'm pretty sure that Vegeta, at the point he is now, development-wise, probably doesn't want his son to know he was such a shitty human being. So why are you striving to be the worst of Vegeta?
Seriously, also, stop praising Majin Vegeta. Like that.
His development. No, you can praise him for his development and how he gets over himself.
Yeah, no. Like praise him for the development that he goes through. Like, it's a great character arc. Majin Vegeta is one of my favorite parts of Vegeta's character, but like not because of he's such a brutal, violent badass and that's so cool. It's because of what he learns from it. It is his the fall from the grace he was trying to obtain. And then actually obtaining the grace that, that people wanted him to develop into and getting over all of his bullshit. Like he needed to have that fall to pick himself back up. And that's why Majin Vegeta is great. He isn't great because he's this veiny, muscly badass who fucking murders people and has this really petty dick measuring contest with Goku.
And talks like he eats nails for breakfast.
Right? Stop aggrandizing Majin Vegeta. Stop aggrandizing Stop trying to be like Vegeta. Don't look at Vegeta as a good role model.
You know what's kind of funny, Zeon? So people that are admiring Vegeta like this and wanting to be like these worst parts of Vegeta himself, when he becomes Majin, it's because he also, like these people, wants to go back to being brutal Vegeta that didn't care, Vegeta that could just kill, Vegeta that was so strong. He also, like these people that don't want to grow up, he also didn't want to keep developing.
He wanted to regress. There you go. Oh my god. That's brilliant.
This is like a giant fucking meta story. Yeah.
Yeah, and what happened? Vegeta realized, wow, this is stupid and fucked up and, I should not do this. This is... He looked at the camera like he's in Arrested Development and was like, I've made a huge mistake.
That's good. That's so good.
So what we're saying, guys, is that you need to be Majin Vegeta, where you realize that you fucked up and you need to grow up.
Grow up.
But don't actually kill yourself.
No, don't kill
Please,
yourselves.
don't actually kill yourself. Listen, I mean, I know we were talking shit about you, but please, like, I hope you don't actually get offended. I hope you try to be better and not try to, like, go to self-destructive tendencies because we were indirectly talking shit about you.
Yeah, no.
I'm really sorry if that actually happened. Listen, I have to be good cop and explain to people. Listen, I'm sorry if we were overgeneralizing and you got offended. Like, we're just working off things that we have seen throughout years of the fandom. We want to make this more constructive, and we weren't even necessarily saying, you guys suck. It's more just like, why do people think like that? Why does it happen that way? And what could necessarily change that?
Yeah, because I think it's just really like the implications of what come across when people say these things, and that's kind of our takeaway on the whole thing and just our feelings on it.
Pretty much, it's creepy, it's weird, and it makes me worry for the people that think that way. So be less like Majin Vegeta and more like Vegeta realizing he shouldn't have gone Majin Vegeta.
Be GT Vegeta, where he's gotten over all of his emotional hang-ups and he's just a good dad and he takes his daughter out shopping and potentially...
And he has a Freddie Mercury mustache.
Yeah, it's great. So yeah.
Hashtag be mustache Vegeta.
Yes. Okay, so I think we've pretty much covered all our bases here. We've said everything we needed to. Just gonna wrap things up.
Hey,
guys,
Zion,
plug your stuff real quick.
I have one last thought for you.
Oh, okay.
It makes sense that Vegeta had a Freddie Mercury mustache in GT. You know why? Well, because his dad was a king, so his mom is a queen.
Oh, but tiss. Okay. Any last plugs? Okay, guys, go check out Gabby. Obviously, I'm always telling people to go do that. Lucia,
I make videos occasionally.
She does make videos occasionally.
I subscribe to you. Just recently, I did.
Thank you.
Yep. I like your videos that you make occasionally.
See, there we go. See, we all think we're cool, so you should think we're cool too. Anyhow, check out
cool.
Lucia's channel, Analysis. She's doing her whole Dragon Ball Star Over project. You can learn more about that on her channel. I'll put links in the description. All right, till next time, guys. Xeon, out.